Hello, how are you today? Thank you for joining. So, like every day, I will start with a small brief. So, what I'm doing here is a project that is all detailed on my Patreon, where it's about creative explorations, about finding your creative journey and living according to your to what your passion is. A big word, maybe following your curiosity. But today I don't have much of time, so I'll just jump into the 3D part. So yesterday I've been doing this for maybe 5 or 6 streams so far. So we did the modeling, we did the UV mapping. Yesterday we started with all the texturing part, as you can see in here. I'm trying to texture it as a layered system. I'm not so. The point is that when I change something, I can like when I paint something, I can still change it later on. So I'm following the substance painter approach of. I think the voice is too high. Let me just lower it. So I'm following the substance painter approach of. Also, the light is in my eyes. Yeah. Yeah. So again, sorry. So I'm following the substance painter approach of coloring by masks instead of coloring by directly going in and painting it. That's fine. That's fun actually. That's fun to do. But I'm trying a different approach. Okay, so this looks a bit intimidating, but what all of this is, I'm really sorry. So this is a color node. My head is too big. Let me make it smaller. So this is just a color node that goes into like a mix node, and and you have just a mask that differentiate the color part from the black part, which is the black pieces in here. So these ones that are changing. So everything is still procedural, and at this point, the mask is for the colored parts, for the black parts. Let's go back to here. So eventually, I will end up doing a pass of paint, but it will still be a mask in the end. So this is what I'm trying to do, because I want to use this in multiple places in my project, not just this moped. I'll do different mopeds. Maybe I'll do different parts for the moped. So maybe like I will keep the body, but I'll change the headlight or change the wheels, or maybe add some parts so I can have some different mopeds from the same one. That's a good idea. And so like as you can see here with the seat. So this is the seat. It's a very good idea to frame everything early on, just because like 2 days later, maybe like if I did this yesterday and I came back here today, I'll be 100% sure that I won't find anything that I did. So using this kind of framing for the layout is at the start is a very good idea. Even like you can do right click F to guide the control. What? Just did it. Okay, just forgot what I did. Sorry, shift right click, not F. Shift right click, then you select that node and you press G. So this kind of arrangement and management of the whole thing is a good idea. What I'm doing in here is I'm learning in public, so you'll find a lot of mistakes, a lot of stuff that are that I don't really know like 100%. I'll Google it, I'll search it, we're gonna find it together. That's the whole point of it. These are not like trained or like stuff that I actually know before. I do have an idea about it, but not 100% concrete. So this is the whole point. I'm just documenting my learning journey, if you want, and my creative journey. Anyways, so since I don't have much time today, I'm gonna just jump right in. I'm gonna finish this part to make it the same color and like do the wheels and all of this. So I'm just gonna finalize the base colors of everything using this layering system. Then I'm gonna jump in and maybe do some paintings and decals on everything. So let's finish this. So following the same structure of this one, I think we can just grab it. So this is the body. This is the name of the material is steering wheel. This is the name of the material of the body, and for this we can do a new material. Let's open this. Let's create a new one. selecting the line art. So yeah. So we don't need any shaders for this. We can call this front wheel. I was thinking about it yesterday. If I want to animate this, maybe it's not the best idea to connect the wheel to anything else, because if I want to rotate it on the x-axis, I do still want to have its pivot point in the center. So right now, if you look at this, go to the tab, if you go to the UV or the images here, we have to see this. So instead of selecting images, let's select the UVs. What's happening? I just want the wheels, man. So you'll see that the wheels, and of course all of this inside that also is gonna turn with it. So all of these guys are in here. But you know what? I can always change this. So I don't wanna, let's not slow down for this. So let's go back to image editor. Just keep the images in here. The shader graph. Let's go to this body, copy paste everything here. The output. So this is the graph that we have. Okay. Why are we all in black? What's happening? This is not a front wheel. This is the body. This is the front wheel. So if we connect this to the output, of course, it's gonna mess up. So what's happening here? We have an ambient occlusion layer. So if you just check it out by itself in here, I'm gonna try to zoom in so you guys can see. So that's like a mask, or I'm not using it as a mask yet. I'm using it just as a mix or multiply on top of everything. So this black part is added to the, or multiplied to the base colors, and then you have this mix node that mixes two different colors with each other. Which for this piece, it's the seat versus the body parts. Now for that, we're gonna need a bit more of these kind of masks, because we have the chalk absorbance, we have the wheels, we have this kind of mud protection, and we have the actual tire. So I think I'm gonna start by black for the tires. I'm gonna remove that mask. So this is the body, so let's start with the black for the tire. So instead of body, let's call this. So we have two masks. So what I'm gonna do is, just for me not to waste too much time, I think this is, separate this from the joint group. Let me just delete this and delete that, so we can start from scratch, so we don't just mess up stuff. All right. So what's happening in here is, now we have the black color was mixed with the ambient occlusion color. All right, let me mute my WhatsApp. Mute tab. All right. So why does it look like this? Why does it look like gray? Because this is a mix factor, and the mix factor was around 0.35, so it's reducing the black a bit. Let's do it like this. But anyway, this factor will be now a mask, so let's do that. Let's do an image texture. That's new. Let's call it front wheel mask. All in black, that's fine. And what we're gonna do right now is go to edit mode, select the parts that we need it to be in this rubber material. Let's do Ctrl L. And let's go to Ctrl Tab, texture paint, select this. In this part, press T. The bucket, it should be white, so no saturation. Painted. So right now, what we did is we painted all of these as white in the mask. but then we have to flip that. So this is the difference between let's do this blue, the same blue of this. So let's go to this, select this blue color. No, don't change the color. And maybe maybe there's a way to do like expose this parameter somewhere here, and then you can change it once for all the body parts. I think there is. Maybe this is something that we should learn. Anyway, let's go back here, paste it without missing anything, and let's just do it here. So this thing here is the body, the basic body, in contrast to the wheels. But what happened now is that all of these are also blue, which we don't want. Also, we can take, we can take this part, go back to texture paint, and paint this on this layer in white. So we add this to the mask layers. Secondly, okay, the ambient occlusion is something by itself, so this should be pushed in front, to the front. Where is my OBS? Just to make sure that everything's working fine. Alright, next let's do all the chrome materials. So let's select them first. Let's go to the tab. I'm selecting the line art by mistake. So it should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 2. Let's do a Ctrl Alt just to make sure that I have everything selected. So let's go for the sharp. Ctrl Alt. So for some reason we're just selecting the seams, which isn't a good idea. And we still need this. Anyway, because we're working with masks, like you can just, if you forgot something or you added something, you can just update the mask. That's the beauty of this workflow. It's a bit more complicated to set up and to wrap your head around it, but it has its benefits. So if we go to texture paint, create a new image texture. Let's call this chrome mask. All in black, of course. And let's just paint it in white. We're painting on the chrome mask, right? No. Yeah, that's the chrome mask. That was the front wheel mask, and this is... yeah. Wasn't, for some reason, it wasn't changing. But as you can see in here, now if you select each texture, it updates by itself. So we now have the mask. What we want to do is add another mix, plug in the mask, and turn this into any color you want, but something is messed up. Let's see. So the black part is well selected. This is well confined. Let's go to object mode. Maybe it's just because we are in... Yep, now it's working just fine. So we have, let's start naming stuff properly. Let me see how I did it in here. So in here, I just took each part by itself without the masks. Okay, so let's do the same thing. So this, if you Ctrl J it, this is the tire. Let's Ctrl J this one. This is the mud thingy. anyone that's gonna take this file, we're gonna have a blast with the naming. And then this, let's take an RGB color and just Ctrl J F2. This is the chrome part. And let me check the picture of the moped itself, if I still have it somewhere. Do I still have it? I think it's somewhere in here. Let me check. First, let's save all the images. Then it should be somewhere in here. It isn't. Anyways, it's in here. So this is also black. So the shock absorbent can be black, can be mostly black. Yeah, even on my motorcycle, this is black actually. So this makes sense. What's this? I think this is bleeding from. Something's happening in here and here. But I think this is due to. So that. What's this face? It's in here. So, yeah. So this, the texture for this one, the pixels are leaking. We should have had bigger margins, I think. So if you go to image editor, you go to paint. I think there's a paint brush in here. Let's grab the black color. Can I have it from here? Let's pick the black color. Saturation and value. Yeah. As you can see, it's going away. So it's just bleeding because our margins aren't big enough. That's it. That's only it. And I think we have another one in here which was seen somewhere here. So this isn't it. It's somewhere else. It couldn't be this. Right. That's from the outside of this wheel. So that's probably one of these. Or. Where could you be? Maybe this. No. Maybe that. Okay, so the easiest way to figure this out is to select this face. Oh, that's in here. But this correlates with something else, which is here. So if you go into image editor, you pick this texture. That shouldn't be black anyway, that should be okay, whatever. Whatever. That could be coming from here, by the way. Yep, doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. Okay, so let's go to this one now. So we now have the naming of stuff. We now have the mask. So the first mask between this and like this body part and the tire. Then we have this mask which is for the Chrome specifically, and then we can have another mask. Image texture, Sparky. Relax, girl. Relax, girl. Relax. Okay, we should call this one new shock. Let's see if I'm naming this stuff correctly. Shock absorber. Shock absorber. So it should be shock absorber, right? Okay, so this one should be, let's go to edit mode, faces, Control L, and these faces, Control L, Control A, texture paint. So this is why people like texture paint, substance painter, because you don't have to do all of these jumping around. So we are now on the chalk absorber. We just point it in white. So this is this. That's fine. Let's put this into the factor in here. Put this into the factor. So this is now the mask, and then we can make this Sparky in black. And it shouldn't be that black. So we can do a bit grayish. Even the tire in here is too black, so it doesn't need to be this black. And back to this, let's do an RGB. Let's take this color, put it in here, link everything up, join, do, and let's call this the shock absorber section. So whenever you want to paint this stuff, you can just like add some mixed layers in here and just start painting masks. I think I'm gonna just paint masks for this project. I'm not sure how effective it will be. We're learning. So like having all of these colors, there should be a way where you globalize all of this, like do all the blue as one controller somehow. I'm pretty sure there is a way. Of course, that's Blender. There's a way to do anything you want. I just need to look it up. I've never seen anyone done this, so I might be mistaken, but I'm sure there's a way. I believe. Anyway, so let's check the back parts. So all of this is in black. Basically, all of this is in black. And the second part, which is, so what I'm doing here is just looking at the reference images. They should be, didn't I save everything? Yeah. They should be somewhere in here. I'm not sure where did they disappear, because I was using them as references. So if you go, yeah, that's weird. I don't know. But anyway, like you can see, these are all in black. Like even the wheels have something happening, but who cares? For now, let me check the back part. Also mostly black. That's not what I want to see. This part. That image. So everything in here also in black. This is in chrome. That's red. That's whatever. So this is a black bike. We're not doing a black bike. What happened in here? So what happened in here? Why is everything white now? Okay, let's save. Image. Save all images. Okay. Why did the saving mess everything up? I don't know. Alright, 30 more minutes. Let's go. So all of this It's kind of easy. That's just rename this as the, I don't know, exhaust and suspension maybe. Grab just the AO with this mix and that's it. So exhaust and suspension, paste it, Control Shift and click on the node so it connects. Bro, what's happening? That's not exhaust and suspension. This is front wheel. This is the exhaust and suspension. So this is the exhaust and the suspension. And here we can just have an RGB color and make it all black. That's not for this, that's for this, that's the back wheel. So not for this, just for this. And this is working fine. For now, at least, that's fine. Man, I can't wait to start painting. I'm so bored with this part. Let's grab the front wheel. Just to grab the colors actually. What's happening in here? Mais qu'est-ce qui se passe? What happened? Where did I lose all my colors? RGB. How much did I undo? This. Like that. Thank you. Thanks. Thanks to the thanks. Okay, so we have, I want this, and I want this, and I want this. This is it. So let's go create a new layer, material, call it the back wheel, delete this one, paste our nodes. All right. I took the wrong one. Anyways, we don't really care about that. Let's connect this, Control Shift. So here we have the chrome versus the tire. So we need just a mixed color layer. And for that, we need a image texture. And that image texture should be the back tire mask. Everything is in black, so that makes sense. Let's isolate it, go to the tab mode. Let's pick 1, 2, 3, 4. Add. Do we have anything else in here? No. Let's go to texture paint and just paint it in white. So this versus all the other parts which are gonna be in chrome. So this back to here, this is here. I'm sorry about all of the mess. I'm pretty sure it's pretty simple, but it is a bit mess things up. Like it's easy to confuse. So we have the tire and the chrome. This is what we need. Go back to here. So this is for the tire. That goes in here. Or let's just flip it. And that goes to chrome. Ta-da! Let's do the mirrors, just the mirrors. It's looking good. Damn, it's looking good. Anyway, okay, let's go here. Sorry, just got too excited. Okay, so let's take the any mix layer in here. So are we mixing? We're just mixing normal colors. Let's go to this edit mode. What's the easiest way to do this? It should be Control Enter. So we did this. There should be. What did I do? Let's Google it. How to expand, how to grow. Selection in Blender. Control plus. So it's Control plus numpad. How cool is this? That's very cool. So let's go for image texture. Let's make a new one. Let's call this mirrors mask. So for this mask, all we have to do is go to texture paint and just paint this part in white. So here you have the first side, then you go back to object mode, sorry, you go back to edit mode, you pick this vertex in here, you do control, you just do 3. Oh, no. So you select this, then you do control and press on this one. Just 1 second, I think I changed the performance of my laptop, yeah. So control numpad plus, and stop where you want to stop, it's your call. Then go back to texture paint and just fill bucket this thingy. And now you have a mirror. Then you go add an RGB. You know what? Let's take this as it is. Where's my oil? So shift D this baby. Let's call this mirror. But before doing that, let's copy the color here and paste it here. And voila! That's almost everything colored. So let's jump to the body. Let's do image, save all images. Let's make sure that nothing broke. That's cool. So the beauty of this, I don't like this yellow. This is the mirror, this is the brake bars, this is the headlight. Just pick it, reduce the saturation a little bit, change the hue, and you're done. The seat in here, it's mixed with a hand-painted texture between this color and this color. So also this is all procedural, so eventually you can change this color whenever you want. You can do whatever you want. So this is the beauty of the system. I know it's a little bit hard to set up, maybe not even worth it for most of the projects, but since I want to use this as parts and everything, I do want this flexibility. Alright, so the wheels or the tires are a bit too dark here and here. It's looking nice. Next, let's look at this part. This should be a bit orangey, I think. Let's check the images. Yeah, so you have this. It's a bit more like this is light reflective. What's happening? Yeah. Too many screens happening at the same time. A lot of stuff. Anyways, let's go to, let's select the body, go to edit mode, select this face, and okay, this is called face tap apparently. So Control plus, and now you have these faces selected. And what you have to do, what you gotta do? So what you're gonna do is add a mix color, add an image texture, call it light reflectors mask. Okay, plug it in here, make sure it's selected in here. If it's not, you have to make sure it is. because you will be painting on different texture. And texture paint, color them in white. Nope. Undo. Undo as fast as you can. Undo. Alright. We need to preserve the mask. And this should be orangey. Now I'm using a flat shader. So I cannot add like actual emission in here. But if I decided to change the shader and start to plug in all the roughness and emission and everything, you can use also all of these. And you can bake them later if you want to use them in a game engine. But the grease pencil won't move with it, so it won't show. Let me see what's happening in here. Who turned off the intersections? Let's keep it loose. What's happening? Why aren't... Yeah, okay. Okay. I'm just adjusting a bit the crease threshold for the grease pencil object. That's it. So here you can do contour, which is the contour of all objects. You can do silhouettes, which is just the outlines of stuff, and you can do individual silhouettes, which kind of work like a contour. If you turn this off, what does it does default into contour? Right. Or not? It's just decrease. Anyways, these are just literally, it doesn't really matter, just a press of a button, so you can change to whatever you want. Anyways, let's go back to this. And just so we can be organized, let's make a new one, don't have to copy it. So RGB color, screen. Just put this color in here, this one in here, or J2. Light there. This for this. Also, now does this make sense in blue? No. Does it really matter? Also no. This should be black. This part. Anyway, the line art. This is why I had the creases turned off so low, because of these lines. They look kind of weird. And if you remove it all together, I think that's even better. Yeah. I honestly think that without these lines, we have something that's a bit more interesting. Different style. We can, and anyway, we can like add these with ambient inclusions or something like this. Now, I want to try something that didn't work yesterday, just to see why not. So, is it object info? Nope. Is it curve info? No. Geometry? Is it geometry? Yes. So yesterday pointiness didn't work at all, and I'm not sure if this is an Eevee thing. Maybe in cycles it works. So I'm gonna give it another shot now. And maybe we should, or is it already on? Denoising in viewport. Let's set it to optics. This is the viewport. Yeah. Let's add here a ramp, color ramp. Oh, look at this. It's actually working. So the idea is, I think what's happening... But why are you so slow? Maybe because I'm streaming? Let me see. So this is should give us the information. Okay, so I'm talking a lot of stuff at the same time. The streaming is lagging because of this. So this should give us the information of the pointiness. So where you have like sharp edges, this is kind of detected. I think this doesn't work in Eevee. It goes away. I don't know if there is a way. Let's see. Since we're learning in public, let's Google it. How to detect pointiness in Blender Eevee. So this is a Blender market. That's a tutorial. There seemed to be a way, but that's a video. I think they're using math. So let me show you that. So that's it. Make it bigger. So the pointiness going into this is cycles. Eevee workaround. So this is the Eevee workaround. That's the Eevee workaround. Let's make sure the quality is set to HD. What's the Eevee workaround? So they have, this is still cycles. This is still cycles. Okay, so the Eevee workaround is a texture bake. All right. Nope. Not today. Not today. So let's go. I'm sorry. That's stupid. Are we still? Yeah, that's screwing up the stream. Is it even worth it? That's the question. You know what? Let's not do it for this part, even though it has lots of pointiness and it could be interesting. Let's try it for the body. But first, let's do it. Now, I'm just a bit annoyed because this should be a fast filter. Oh, okay. My bad. I'm competing on my CPU. All right, optics again. Okay, much better. This looks cool. Don't compute your viewport rendering in cycles on your CPU while you're streaming. That's the lesson of the day. So what's this? Is it the ambient occlusion in cycles that's looking like this? So I'm gonna render in cycles in the end because I just want this extra quality. So I don't mind figuring this out right now. This is kind of cool. Now the body. Okay, this is the body. The zooms are pretty weird. So, the ambient occlusion node is not behaving the same way in the two rendered engines. So in cycles it's different than the Eevee one, but that's fine, that's expected. There's nothing wrong with that. That's looking pretty cool. What time is it? I still have time, that's fine. And I like the reflections in here. They're looking pretty awesome. I was actually want to do this in black. I'm gonna do it. And I want to do maybe this box in black just to give it a bit more of character. But first, let's waste more time on more stuff. Let's do this in black. Alright, so what we're doing pointiness. Let's do pointiness for the body first and see where we can push the things. So what was it? Was it geometry node? Yeah, it was the geometry node. So if you put the pointiness in the surface, you get nothing. Then if you put the ramp in here, and you kind of map everything accordingly. Now I have to think of this as a mask. So whatever is black is not pointy, whatever is white is a bit more pointy. Which kind of makes sense. Let's push it a bit more. So if you want, like, this is the pointiest part. Yeah. We shouldn't push it this much, maybe. Yeah. Maybe something like this. Now, we can use this just like we are using the ambient occlusion. So just as a filter on top of everything without changing the colors. Let's see what will happen if we change the factor or maybe the blending options. The overlays. Let's do an add. Okay, so the add is something that's more interesting. The soft light is kind of messing up the color. The difference is cool, but doesn't make sense. The saturation doesn't make sense at all. The color doesn't make sense at all. The value. See, honestly, what's the point from the value? So the add, but we can still do something a bit more with this. So this is the edges. We're kind of faking like some of the color fades around the edges, which is fine. Without even this, you can just change the color and you'll be okay. But I think also if we include this color somehow, how can you include this color somehow? Is there a way to expose this here? Like this. Is there a way to expose this color as an input? Show height, node options. Show node options. So the Ctrl H will hide the sockets that are not showing. And collapse and hide unused socket, collapse, mute. Options, you're just hiding node options. I don't know. It would have been cool, but we can't do it right now. But still, you can use it as a mask. Okay, here's a different idea. So let's use this as a mask on top of everything. That's fine. Now, instead of add, let's just use it as a mix. Let's change this color to something crazy like red, just to see where are we applying this. And let's invert this whole thing. So let's just do maybe another ramp just to invert, flip the color ramps. Or you know what, if we're gonna go this far, let's just do it in here. So this is detecting the pointy edges here, but not here. So as you can see, also let's check if we have the scale. Yeah, it is. So the scale is applied. Sometimes this messes things up also. I can always mess this by itself and like just treat it separately. That's fine. What I care mostly about is this, to be honest. Like these edges are cool. Like this is too much. We can always mask it out, but it's fine to have this in different color. That's not a very bad idea. What we can do is, now this is what I was trying to do. So Control Shift, right click, Control Shift left. Okay. Shift and right click. Then take this color and plug it in here. So now the pointiness is still here, but it's the same color. So it's mixing between just the same color. Just let me clean this up a bit. It's for this to make more sense. I've did a lot of geometry node to learn that these should be clean, or else you're gonna regret it. So let's do some hue saturation maybe with this color. Let's just shift the hue, shift the saturation, and change the values. So maybe this is too saturated. Let's keep the saturation at 0 maybe. So the beauty of this is that right now, all I have to do is change all of this from one place. So I'm increasing the saturation a bit, I'm reducing the value, and I'm shifting the hue. But okay, I should press shift because it's just moving too fast. Then we need to work on this mask. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. So let's Control J the whole thing. Control J the whole thing. Let's call it the pointiness. Let's check it again. The pointiness, yeah. We can do the same thing, like we can select all of this now, copy it, jump to the headlight in front of everything, paste it, and reroute this into here and this into here. But we need the body color, the same one that we used. I think we can, let me check. can do this. Then we can do, where should it go? It should go inside of this color. Then we can do something like this. And we can play a bit the mask a bit more in here. So as you can see, this added something cool to it. Yeah, that's nice. We can do the same for here. But first, let me, you know what, let's finish this so we can just move on to something else. So like this pointiness is not just applied to the blue color, even though it's adding this blue shade on everything because it's applied at the end and it's mixed, like inside of these pointiness edges, the blue is being added even to this and that, which is fine. Just giving it some sort of a nice character, so I'm okay with that. So we can apply this to all the parts. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We already did it for 2. Let's do it for all of the rest. Again, let's just reroute this into this. And then replug this and pull this into the hue saturation node. Again, pull this into the hue saturation node. Shift, right click it, G to grab it and move it. Shift, right click, G, grab and move. This here. So this went even into the tires. This is cool actually. Kinda like this one. I like this one a lot actually. This is cool. Alright. This is the moment, like when you see me just going too slow now, this is when you start, like, this is me just being happy with the work for the past like week or so on all of this. This is where it starts to look nice. So this is the part where I start to enjoy it, then I get bored very quickly and move on to something else before finalizing it properly. But don't tell anyone. Anyway, we need to, because here we don't have this blue anywhere, like this blue that we are injecting in everything, so we have to grab it from here, then go here, and paste it. Okay, sorry, so let's do it again. I pressed the wrong buttons. Undo, copy this, paste it here. And let's, is it control? Is it just trying to learn stuff? So I'll right click, it connects it automatically. And let's do this even for these guys. So let's grab the sword setup, copy it, go here. What did I copy? What did I just copy? Copy this into this, okay? Can you do your job properly? Plug this into here. Man, plug this into here. And I'll drag this here. perfect would be an understatement. Okay, so let's do the red. Maybe a pink line. Okay, I'm talking to myself, but now you get what I mean. So this pink is somewhere here. So it's this color, right? Yep. If you just copy the hex, or maybe I can just color pick. What I'm trying to do is pick these that I did early on, and so this is ambient occlusion and pointiness. These are general stuff, and these are the parts, okay? So I'm gonna do a mix node in here, mix color. Come on, come on, come on, come on. So let's do alt. What the hell happened? So what happened in here? This went into the factor. This should go into the factor actually. Oh no, this should go here. This is correct. Let's add another mix in here. Let's add some image texture. Let's call this the tail. This is not the tail light. This is the storage light mask. Okay. Texture paint painted in white. Why isn't it showing? Even though it is in here. Let's do save all images first. So what's wrong? Okay, it should be working now. Alright. Alright, so the color that we want to do is for this one. Shift D and Shift D, Alt P, G to move it. We want to pick this color, this pink, and put it in here. That's how we have this. And now what you can do is we can use like grease pencil to paint some stuff, or maybe for later. Like we can paint some more details. If we look at the, like we can paint this cable in here. We can maybe paint this button. We can paint some of the, just like outline it, some of the screws. We can have fun with it, but not now. Maybe this would be, maybe I'll do this eventually in the end. Okay, what's next? So yeah, the black part. Let's do the black part. So this should be, let's rename this into the storage light. And then let's do this black metal part. So let's pick this. Let's do Shift D. Let's do it in black. Another image texture. Storage metal mask. Okay. Let's go to edit mode. Make sure that we have all of this selected. Should be 1, 2, 3, 4. Control L. Is there anything else? No, let's go then to texture paint, the paint bucket, and just select this layer, which is this the metal mask, and plug it in. Voila. Now you have black metal. Now make sure you go to image and save all the image always. So this black kind of changed the look a little bit. Okay. There was something that I wanted to fix while I was doing this. I can't remember what it is right now. Everything in here looks cool. The taillight is a bit silly. Let's make it this color maybe. And even the hex. Or maybe we don't need the hex because it's all flat colors. Because it's all flat colors, we don't need hex. So maybe we do because we have the ambient occlusion and the pointiness kind of changing the colors. But some differences is fine. That's okay. Let me see what color is this, because I think this should be black or maybe something else. Let's have a look at the mopeds. Let's separate this, bring it here, so we can look at this together. So like, if you look at this, the place where you put your feet is kind of rubbery and is always black. Even now, this is not a Vespa, this is some Chinese shit, so let's forget it. Let's use some. I'm not doing a Vespa, but like this can still apply. So there is always like some black mats for where you rest your feet or where you put your feet. Yeah. Let me put this back to where it was. Remove it and put it back here. Okay. Let's kill this. Let's pick this up. Go to edit mode. Should we do all of this or should we do just this part? This is the question. And another thing. Okay, let's also ask this question. So Vespa, is it also black from the inside or is it all the same color from like the part that is this part? I'm talking about this part. Okay. It's actually the same color, which makes it look cool. So yeah, I think I'm gonna do this in black. So let's go here. So what's this? Okay, so before moving on, let's just name everything because it will be very easy to lose sight of whatever you're doing. So this is the storage metal color. Then let's shift D this. Let's shift D that. Let's plug this in here. This is okay. Why? What happened in here? Just a second. Yeah, this is the storage metal color. That's right. This goes in here. This goes in there. This is also black. This is the floor mat. With any, I don't know. Excuse my English. I think by now it's obviously clear that it's not my main language, so sorry about that. So let's do it again. Floor. Just call it floor mat. No need to have a color in here. I think Blender doesn't like what I'm doing. So this is floor mat. It's kind of starting to lag a bit, even though this is not a big file technically. So this is the floor mat mask. Okay, plug it in here. Then since this is all of this is selected, let's just go to texture paint and just paint it in white and go to object mode. Nothing happened. The question is why? Maybe if we just change modes. Yeah. So Blender is kind of behaving now. I think it's tired from all of this. It's kind of looking nice. It's almost done. Thankfully. Now let's have a look at the original. Let's take the image. See if we forgot anything. So this doesn't really matter. I didn't do this design. Oh, so there's the tail light. Let's do the tail light. It's an important piece. So Control L. Let's go here and here. Shift D. What did I do? Man. So this, and this. Shift D. Put it. I think if we do this, then we do that, then we do this, it should work. Yep. This is the tail light finally. This is the tail light. Let's do it in something like orange for now. Let's do an image texture. Call it tail light mask. Okay. Texture paint. Paint it in white. And it should be something. Why is it still called floor mat? F2. Maybe I named the node, not the group. I'm not sure. And I think this one is looking a bit silly, so let's just put it in here. And maybe if we grab the hex color from here, copy it, then jump to this one, and we can just paste it in here. It's not the best. That's fine. Just changing the color of these icons in here, since we darken everything a little bit more. Now what? Now what? What time is it? Okay, I think I'm gonna stop at this. I need to move. So let's save everything. Let me just show you how it looks. And that's it for today. So all of this is done with just nodes without any hand painted textures. Maybe in the next stream we'll do a little bit more of crease pencil detailing and maybe paint some decals, or maybe just paint some stuff by hand, just some masks by hand, like maybe some rusts or something, or maybe we can do like a full noise and then we can start to reduce a bit from the noise and maybe add a bit of a like paint texture on it, or maybe some rust texture on it. We'll see. Anyway, that's it for today. Thank you for watching and